Well, hello everybody. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me again today. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's been gray and raining for 2 days straight here, and I actually love it. It's just been good days to not leave the house very much and be a little bit lazy. Cold weather's coming right behind it, though. We're going to have about a week. I just pulled out a quilt yesterday, but anyhow, today I want to continue the Raw Food Diet Beginners Series, Winter Tips. We're going to have some winter tips today. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you haven't already done it, go down there now and hit that subscribe button, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. This is just going to kind of be helter-skelter. I'm going to throw out just anything I can think of questions that people ask me and anything you could possibly be thinking about. There's a number of ways. Number one, somebody wrote me a message on Instagram yesterday, and I actually took the time and I wrote a detailed thing back to them. I said, listen, you're going to think I'm being a smartass. They were asking about eating ice cream in winter and all this kind of stuff and staying warm in the winter. What do I recommend? I said, well, you're going to think I'm being a smartass when I say this, but put on more clothes. That's the obvious right there, folks. Put on more clothes. You know, you don't have to sit around the house naked. I mean, you know, if you got a fire going, that's okay. But if you wear clothes. I usually, when I'm eating my ice cream, I'm very sensitive. I'm very cold natured. Normally I'll go put a hoodie on. So wear clothes. Wear clothes while you're eating. You know, I don't know. The cold, listen, full disclosure too, just so I can be transparent, anybody new out there hadn't heard me talk about it before, I do still eat some cooked food from time to time, so just wanted to let you know that. And I'll talk actually in a way how you can, kind of do, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to like white knuckle it and be 100% raw the whole winter. And then if you don't do that, then you go in the other direction, and then you're fully cooked. I'm going to share also in just a little bit some little tricks you can use to kind of integrate the two without eating that much cooked food. But there's any number of things in the winter time. Number one, somebody I was talking with about smoothies yesterday. Well, smoothies are a no-brainer, or they're no-brainer for me because I haven't made my smoothies unless every once in a while. In the summer, I will make a cold smoothie every once in a while if I have some good fruit, something with mango or whatever. But in general, my green smoothies that I drink every day, usually have one at least every day, it's not cold. I mean, I'm putting bananas in there. They're not frozen bananas. The only thing that might be cold is my green, and that's just to keep it fresh, and it doesn't, by the time it's blended with stuff, it's not all that cold. So I've got my bananas, I got my green, usually kale or spinach. I bop some spirulina in there, a little bit of cacao, but I use room temperature water, so there's nothing cold. There's nothing cold about my smoothie, so that's something you may think about too. I quit using ice in my smoothies a long, long time ago. I just don't like it. It waters it down. So, maybe try that. If you had been using ice in your smoothies, drink everything room temperature this winter. It'll help a lot. Spices, that if you're not a full-on natural hygienist or an 80-10-10er, there's a number of spices out there. You can use a little cayenne, you can use peppers, you can use jalapeno peppers, you can use anything, that's got a little bit of spice to it. And that tends to be a little warming in the winter. Let's see, what else? Maybe find yourself something good to sip on during the winter. If you don't drink coffee, which most of us don't, although I actually do still from time to time, have a morning, have a beverage you like during the day. There's lots of fabulous no caffeine teas without caffeines out there. I've got some Dandy Blend over there. I know. Let me see. Nope, I'm out of that one. Ticino makes some interesting looking little things, and they actually it had mushroom in it, but. Find yourself something to drink hot during the winter, because I can see how that would be kind of daunting, going through the whole winter, you're not eating cooked food and you're not taking anything warm, live a little bit. Get yourself something hot, and if you've got to be a hardcore person that doesn't use any tea bags or any of that kind of stuff, you can make yourself some ginger tea, maybe some turmeric tea. What else? Nice cream, putting clothes on when you're eating ice cream, or maybe if you're really not fully into the raw thing yet, maybe you gotta not eat so much ice cream in the winter. Now that won't be me. I will be mowing down the ice cream just like normal all through the winter, but you'll see me not even just like the other day when I was eating ice cream. I have a long sleeve t-shirt like this. I had a hoodie, and then I got this thick kind of Wrangler insulated thing I put on, and I ate my ice cream, and I had to keep it on for a little while after the ice cream. So, do what you got to do. Vitamix or high speed, most of the high speed blenders. If you have one, you can blend this thing a little bit longer, and it will heat up. I've never really made a warm soup with that. I would like to do that, say on a carrot ginger or something like that. My green soups, I don't know. I kind of like them how they are at room temperature, so I don't try to warm them. But use your settings on your Vitamix. You can get them right up to 118 degrees, which is the holy number for the hardcore raw foodist. You can't go over that temperature. So that's that's an option right there. Now, like I say, I will eat some cooked food. I eat some cooked food in the summertime, so I don't make any big deal out of it. But there are ways. You don't have to be either or. If you haven't figured that out about me lately, I don't like black and white. I don't like all or nothing. I think there's a lot of area in between there. Now, the simplest tricks, if you're trying to stay as high raw as possible, but you're kind of open to maybe having somewhat of a fallback plan in the winter, make it the cleanest food as possible. And you don't even have to decide, okay, well, I'm having cooked, so I'm gonna go all out tonight and I'm gonna eat a totally cooked meal. You can add some cooked in with what you would normally have. One of my best suggestions is to keep those salads going. Make yourself a big salad with all the stuff in it, just like you would do if you were going to eat a big salad. If you weren't even going to eat any cooked food, then what you do is you can either make yourself a sweet potato. If you're going to I like the sweet potatoes over the regular potatoes because they got a little bit more nutrients in them, I believe. So, you could do something like steam a sweet potato or bake a sweet potato in the oven and put one sweet potato in with your salad. You've got that, you're mostly raw, but psychologically you've got that little bit of heat in there. So, think of it like that. Do something on the side. Don't make, if you're trying to be fully raw, don't make, when you do eat cooked food, here's a good one for you. Don't make cooked food the whole meal. In other words, stay in that routine. Make your salad, make something raw, and just have whatever you're going to have cooked as a side dish. Another one that's really, and I don't even think there's any calories in that stuff. I'm down here in the South where we get collard greens and turnip greens year round. Sometimes if I want something a little warm, I'll just boil a pot of turnip greens. Probably about 2 pounds of turnip greens. No, more like a pound of turnip greens. And I have this little clear hot pepper sauce that I like to use. And I refill it with, it's a vinegar-based sauce, and it's got a bottle with little peppers, a little bit of heat to it, and I pour vinegar in there. Well, I don't get the commercial stuff. I pour apple cider vinegar in there, put it on there. All you're having is just a little bit of greens. That satisfies the heat taste right there, but you're basically not even dealing with that much food in your body. So, you can have a little something cooked on the side with your raw food. But the biggest thing is just don't get discouraged. Any of you people out there right now that happen to be living in a place where it gets cold in the winter and you've just recently gone raw vegan, like let's say within the last 3 months, maybe it's your first winter, it's going to be a little bit daunting to you. It's going to be a little bit challenging, but don't freak out. You're trying to learn this lifestyle. That's the biggest thing I can tell you on almost anything I talk about is don't get down on yourself and, start giving yourself a bunch of negative talk and being all down. Just we move forward, we learn, we progress. So do the best you can do and realize that if it's your first winter, you're learning this stuff. You're going to pick up some tricks this winter. By this time next year, you'll know all this stuff. You'll be like, yeah, I remember last winter. Now let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. But if you're not if you haven't been raw, if you haven't been fully raw for a very long time, don't give yourself a super hard time this summer. I'll finish with this, like I'm always saying, come up with a plan. However raw you want to be. Plans are great. People don't like to think ahead of time. People don't like to plan. Plans are great. Have it all, write it down, have it in your head what you're going to do if you do decide I got to have cooked food. Have a strategy. Maybe you have one day out of the week. Maybe that works for you because you know all week you've got one coming. Maybe you make one day where you're going to have a cooked meal that night or whatever. But don't get down on yourself. New people. Just try to kind of learn the lessons from this winter and go on and move from there. But anyhow, I don't really see the weather thing as being all that relevant. I've always said, for me, it's more like what's available. You know, if there's stuff available around, I probably will eat a little bit more cooked food now because even here in Alabama, I don't have as much fruit. I'm basically, that's why did that video. I've been living on bananas lately. Honestly, I don't find the temperature, the cold, being the problem as much so as it's out of season for a lot of people. Me especially, where I'm not getting many fruits. Why I did that video the other day, why I'm eating so many bananas. So it's not the temperature, it's not the weather so much, it's the time of the year and what's available. I don't know. Everybody's different with that, and it could be a psychological thing too of just warming you by eating something. But yeah, I mean, if it's just the temperature, just put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. But there's try all those little tricks, and you'll come up with tricks for yourself, because that's what you really need to do. Is I hack everything. I take what this person, how they're showing how to do it, and I personalize it for me. So you'll find things in your area, you'll be like, ooh, this will help me stay more raw in the winter. And in the end, like I keep saying, just do the best you can. Eat with joy. This angst over food is not a good thing. I want to start a movement of everybody stop feeling guilty, shame, this and that. You gotta feel good when you eat. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.